What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. We're sitting at about $64,678. Broken up above our 50. That's nice. That's really nice, actually. This week, if we close green, I think that we will be above our 50. We're only up 6% this week. We do have about 4 days left. That's a lot of time left in the week to move down, but it's looking good so far. We'll look at the daily. Relative high to relative low. Let's look at the daily. We did tip our 61869 area. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, we are flirting with this area. We are definitely not. If we do reject from this area, we're not doing it easily. That's for sure. Wrestling with the green line, this 123 moving average here. Wrestling with it. We have found support on it before. We have not found support on it before. We've found resistance and support and then went up. We've definitely wrestled with it before. It is a somewhat significant area, so I wouldn't be surprised in culmination with the golden ratio area and the 123 if we did not only just find turbulence but pull back a little bit. My expectation would be that we pull back potentially down to $62,000, which is a very strong area for support. On a closing basis back here, we had resistance there. We could find support there. Absolutely, we could go back to the 382. It's very common to go to your 618 and back to your 382 or your 0.5 and then move up from those targets. So 59,900, just below 60,000. I could see the headlines all across X.com, man. We lost 60K. This was a bull trap. We're going down, and then that's when we go up. You know what I mean? But I could also just as well see, because this is such a strong rally right now, and things are looking very bullish for crypto. I could see that we hold this area, or we might not even interact with it. As of right now, we're holding up pretty well with this golden ratio area. Normally, you'd reject it, but I guess yesterday's movement might have been a hint of a rejection, to be completely fair. But I am calling for 62 to 59.9K. That's the target area that I'm looking for. A lot of people might wrongly assume that this is an inverse head and shoulders, right, with this left shoulder here and this right shoulder look. Maybe it's a slanted head and shoulders. It could be. Maybe it's something else. We all know what that looks like. It's a middle finger. Maybe it is a slanted head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. Who knows? The volume profile doesn't fit, but it could happen. Bitcoin does like its inverse head and shoulders, slanted head and shoulders. If we look at the relative low to the relative high here, which I think that is a relative high, I feel comfortable in saying that. Your 382, which is a very common maneuver to make. I'm going to delete this fib real quick and we'll bring it right back. Having a strong move, which undeniably I think this is a strong move, and then finding support specifically at your 382 is a very common thing to do. So that could happen, and that 382 happens to be right in the middle of this zone here, so wouldn't be crazy. Also, on that note of what's very common with the 382, it's very common to go just a little bit below it on your first interaction with it. So don't be surprised if we go below it. Doesn't mean that we have to go all the way down here. And I did say first interaction, right? First interaction. So for this 382, that'd be the first interaction. For this one, it would be the second. I don't know if I would expect that we go below it. In fact, it is very common once you reject your 618 to tip the 382. If we go below it, it'd be by like literally a little bit. It wouldn't be like this, right? It would very much be by a little bit, like something like this, how this is just below the 236. But I don't know. I feel the most confident in saying 59.9K to 62K. That's probably where we're going on a daily basis, rejecting the overbought zone, looking like we're going to go lower. It's an area that we found turbulence on a couple times. Move down to the 60, move down to the 50, bounce from either of those targets, and then move up. And that's really all I got to say, guys. So if you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Bitcoin's taking a chill right now, but the best has yet to come. We're absolutely going to move higher. In fact, I think we are in the midst of a move that will break us out of this and take us up to a minimum of $80.6 thousand, $90,000, and yes, even above 100K over the next couple months. Genuinely, that's what we have to look forward to. I don't think that we'll be above our all-time high right now. I don't think that we'll be above that by the end of this month. Maybe as early as August. Maybe we spend August working our way up, and then September we break above it, but sometime soon. And when we finally do break above it, these are our immediate targets, and absolutely we can see deeper extensions. Don't believe me? Here's a little bonus, right? From our last high here to our low here, we went up to our 2618 golden extension on the double right there, 2618. Tipped it 4 times for resistance. on our previous consolidation phase from the high point to the low point, the spring that sprung us up. We went all the way to the 2618 again, actually. Wow, I didn't know. And look, this is actually kind of cool. I wish I didn't say the video was over because this is actually it's cool to me. We held the 2272 as resistance, but the 2618, of course, we went a little bit above it. We didn't hit it perfectly. But the 2618 is the last fib we interacted with that stopped us from this very discernible high to low here, okay? It stopped us. And then we found support at the 1886 area, the 1886, and I'm pretty sure we did the same thing. I might have geeked for no reason. Let's see. I think we did the same thing here, though. 2618, 1414, not the 1886. We did find support on the 1886, but we found, okay, the 1414. So it's not as cool as I thought it was, but still, all of that to say, all of that spazzing out from a high to a low point to say, moving up above 100K on this next move is absolutely on the table. 2618 is at 124K, and that could be where we are by the end of this year. If not by the end of this year, certainly by the end of this next move. So, and at that trajectory, which, by the way, if you look at the slope of that trajectory, that's at a less of a steep slope than our last move. It's probably even less steep than this move. It's about in line with that exact move, actually. That would put us in October of this year, that we'd be at 124K. Time will tell. We'll see how it goes. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more, you guys. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.